crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. Today I would like to show you 8 projects you can create with the Nature's Poem Suite by Stampin'Up. I'm excited about this suite. It just came out June 1st in our 2018 annual catalog, and the catalog has dedicated 3 pages to this beautiful suite. So I'm going to show you that first, and then I'm going to show you a card I created at On Stage in Atlanta, an event I attended, and then I will show you 7 of my original projects. So you will get 8 projects all together created with this suite. And it even goes on to this page showing you the designer series paper. And I'm going to actually link to my store, my Stampin'Up store below with all the products that I'm using for these. So you will get to go into the Stampin'Up website and see this in greater detail. Okay, let's start off with a project that pretty much highlights what this suite can do. And it highlights everything because we created this at On Stage, and it highlights a lot of like the accessories and things that go along with the Nature's Poem Suite. So this here is designer series paper, okay? Nature's Poem designer series paper. That's what this little strip is, and this in the back. And then this is Nature's Twine. I actually have a pack of this. I was able to win that at my table event. Okay, these are so cute, little leaves trinkets, 3D. I put them on a lot of my projects. And then this is cardstock, so mint macaron. We stamped on there, and then like we cut it out with the Big Shot. And back there is one of the wood. Let me just go back to the stamp set. See, that's the piece of wood from the stamp set, right there. Okay, so that's what that element is in the back. Okay, so we use soft suede for that. I mean, this card just highlights it all. And then I would need to put a piece of light color cardstock to use this card. Okay, so that's my first sample. And let's keep going with my nugget treats. Those of you that have watched my videos before know that I love making nugget treats. I make them for everything. If you want to see exactly how to make them, I've done YouTube videos on how to make them several times, and there's also many examples on my blog, which I will link to below. Okay, so first of all, you have to get, like, for the designer series paper, you're taking 3-inch or about 3 1/4 inch by 1 inch strips and wrapping all the Hershey nuggets. Be sure to tell people that you have nuts inside, because these Hershey nuggets contain almonds. Okay, I used mint macaron for these trays, for my nugget trays. I used a variety of nuggets. And I want to highlight now the Thinlits dies, which are part of this they're called Nature's Roots Framelits dies. Now, I usually have labels made for everything, but I haven't even put these away yet. And I was just using the heck out of them when I got them, and I've already started bending them because I used them so much. Okay, so like this is the package they come in, but I would actually store these on a magnetic sheet and outline them, and I have videos on how I store my dies. But what's really awesome about this set is that some of these dies emboss. I'll show you examples of how I embossed a bunch of these leaves. But this tree here, I cut out for cards that I'll be showing you. And then that's the tree that I'm using for the nuggets. And then this Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You is one of the stamps in the stamp set, which I'll show you right now. Here's the stamp set. It's a double stamp set. So you get loads and loads of stamps. And they coordinate with so Rooted in Nature stamps coordinate with the framelits. Okay, they're huge, as you can see. Sometimes when you open a stamp set, it's not the actual size on the package, but in this case, it is. Okay, I love all the textures, and I love the sayings. I used this for one of my lemon zest projects as well. I put that on a lemon. It fits good on the lemon with the lemon builder punch. Okay, so back to this project. I stamped onto the designer series paper, and then I cut it out with 1 1/4 circle inch punch, which I did have. Here we go. I'm sorry, not 1 1/4, 1 3/4. Okay, 1 3/4 circle inch punch. And I used some burlap, and I used the leaves trinkets. Now for these, my husband actually cut wood for me. I've been stamping on wood for a while. I have a whole tutorial on how I did some things with coffee, and I did something with coffee in this video as well. But these here are just made from logs, or no, like a twig outside. And he just sawed them for me, and I let them dry, and I stamp onto them. So this is one of our sentiments. There's that embossing I was telling you about. It would have looked a little better with distress ink, but I used crumb cake to try to distress the... I should have inked before I should have stamped before I cut it out and embossed it, but anyway, I didn't, so I just inked it to get that little texture to come out. And this is, I cut out these leaves from the Brothers, using my Brothers Scan and Cut, out of the Designer Series paper, from the leaves, the paper. So that's how I got those leaves. And this is like a classic label punch in the back there. Okay, so that's one variation of the nuggets. And then this is another variation of the nugget treats. So just to show you that, and then here's another variation. So I'll be giving these as gifts. And I just love, love, love the leaves trinket. Okay, moving right along. I'll show you my coffee project. Sorry, here we go. Okay, I only have one of these made. Okay, so it's for someone that has a Keurig, and it's just for you, another wood element. You put Designer Series paper into our box. We have these 2-inch cellophane boxes. Okay, and then I put about 40 coffee beans. I've been doing that for a while, like putting coffee beans in the boxes as filler. And I go to a chiropractor, and my chiropractor told me, you should be using organic coffee. You should be drinking organic coffee. So I did buy some Keurig organic coffees, and my glue is not dry in there yet, but I did put a leaf trinket in there. I just made this today. Okay, so that's really cute. I like how it came out, and I really like how this organic K-cup matches perfectly with the Designer Series paper. That's pretty cool. And then I just took a little strip of Designer Series, or actually cardstock, wrapped it around, and put the wood element on there. And the glue should dry clear when it's done. And I'll be photographing these after they dry. Okay, next I'd like to show you the bookmark project. I've made tons and tons of bookmarks. Again, the tree. And I like that Be Strong, because like be strong like a tree. Okay, let me just show you the bookmarks, and then I'll kind of tell you how my trick for stamping all this. I did a lot of stamping. So what I did is I think it's best to just take a 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and just stamp the whole thing. And I did different colors. Like I did all the different, not all of them, but most of the different like leaves and textures from this set. And then I just, after I was done stamping the whole 8.5 by 11, then I just cut them out into bookmarks. And I'm using crumb cake ribbon for the top of these bookmarks. So these 3 are done, and then I have other ones. These 3 are done. I'm happy with them. Some burlap, some trinkets, and I'm very happy. But you know, I have some that are in. I'll be happier when I finish all of these. Okay, so these are in various stages of completion, but you can just save yourself a lot of time by stamping a whole page first, and then you know, with the different colors and textures and all this, and then you cut them out and use the scalloped tag topper punch to make your bookmarks. Okay, and then I did some 2-inch squares, 2-inch by 2-inch squares, stamped a bunch of them, cut those out. I used dimensionals to pop that up for my bookmarks. Okay, so pretty cool. I'm happy with those. Okay, next I'd like to show you the cards I made using the reverse of these trees. Let me grab those cards. My cards are in various stages of completion. I'll show you the more incomplete cards first. So I cut out card bases, and then I put Designer Series paper or cardstock behind them. And so this is kind of how my cards started. And then I got the idea, okay, well, let me take, I had a lot of these trees because I was cutting them out of the different cards in the coordinating cardstock. And then I decided to do this to the card. I just decided it'd be fun to put extra trees. So let me show you what I mean. I have this, see, there's a piece of cardstock behind there, but then I also put extra trees and pop them up with dimensionals. And then I went one step further by adding wood elements, my wood that I stamped onto. Some of this paper I cut out with my Brothers Scan and Cut, some of these leaves. This one I cut out with the dies, or the framelets we call them. These are the leaves trinkets. And then So I think this is my favorite with the wood, and then this is pretty cool too. Okay, so and this card is ready to go, except it just needs a piece of light color. Like I would put another macaroon piece right there so I can write on it. But I mean, these cards are ready to go. I even have, they really highlight the designer series paper, which is really nice as well. Okay, so next I'm going to show you, I only have one of these. It's called, I call it a tag treat holder. I've been making these for years. I'd make them especially at Christmas time for craft fairs. But I just decided to make one with the Nature's Poem Suite. So I used crumb cake, and then I used the designer series paper, and I used the leaves just for you. This is called organza ribbon. What's nice about this ribbon we sell at Stampin' Up! Is that you can color it any color you want to coordinate. And for this treat holder, I just put a bunch of mini Mentos in there. It holds a lot of stuff. It holds nuggets, it holds Ghirardellis, but I have a different Ghirardelli holder. So that's what I put in there. And I buy those. You can get them online. I get them from Germany. I get them when I travel. I mean, I love mini Mentos and mini Tic Tacs. I do a lot of things with those. All right, so that's my treat holder. All right, so next I have what's called, I'm calling these, well, these are just my little, these are my chocolate holders, but I've done different variations of these, like these hold chocolates and tea bags. Okay, so this is my next project I want to show you. So various stages of completion are these little ones that are not really complete yet. They're complete, but they don't have my sentiment on them. They hold a mini Ghirardelli. I'm using like a removable glue dot to hold them in. So these are matchbooks. I've seen matchbooks a lot online in the past, and I just decided I'm going to make matchbooks for like anything I want to put stuff in. So I just come up with my own measurements depending on what I have. So this one is a little different measurement because in here, this matchbook's holding a tea bag, whereas in this one, the matchbook's holding Ghirardelli sea salt caramel chocolates. Okay, so depending on the size, so these are all matchbooks, but they have different, I have different dimensions, and I'll be taking pictures of these and putting them on my blog, and then thepaperchef.com, and I will definitely share my dimensions with you. I just have to write all this stuff up. First, I'm doing a video to share with my crafty friends all these things that I hope can inspire you with the Nature's Poem Suite. All right, and we are on to our last project, project number 8. I have to go get it. This is my favorite of all my projects. It's sea salt, and I got the sea salt in Guam. It's made in Guam. I mean, it's sea salt, so it's made in the ocean, obviously. But in Guam, they evaporate the sea salt, and this is papaya sea salt. And it just, when I saw this little sea salt I had in my bathroom, I said, "Oh my goodness, I gotta make something with that because it matches the suite just perfectly." So I put just for you leaves cut out with my brother's Scan and Cut, leaves, trinkets. I actually added this leaf back here. I'm going to attach it a little better, but what I did for that one is I added it back there so that my test tube, it would help hold up my test tube. The test tube's a little wonky, and I used a 3/4 inch circle punch for the test tube. And it's pretty strong, I mean, the holder's pretty strong, and I could tie a little string to make it stamp a little better. See, the holder's really strong, but the little hole is slightly too big, so I need to put a little, string around it or something. So, okay, so that's my final project, and I hope you enjoyed the projects you can create with the Nature's Poem Suite. Show you some designer series paper here. And please check out my blog and my Stampin' Up! Store so you can get your hands on these awesome products which will be available for the entire year of our catalog, 2018-19. Thank you for watching. This is the Paper Chef.